Welcome to another episode of The Read Pile. Hopefully, if you're seeing this, then I must have found enough to say about the book. And if not, then you're never going to see this. I ordinarily go into these videos with some idea of what I'm going to say beforehand. It's sort of a mental outline, bullet points. Not a script. It's just sort of key points that I would like to touch on. This, I want to remain as vague as I can. It's great. It's excellent. It's highly recommended. It is the new Brubaker and Phillips, quite clearly. This is not a reckless book, but it's excellent. I read this in one sitting. It's fantastic. I loved it. However, I want to talk about this as little as possible while still conveying hopefully enough information to entice you to buy it, to read it, to get it. As I said, it's great. I said all that stuff at the beginning because there's one sentence that I have in mind that I want to say about this book, and once I say it, it's probably going to lead you to the wrong conclusion. However, in the vaguest sense, it's what happens. So, there is a guy who goes on a business trip to Europe where he has insomnia, and this book is basically what he gets up to in Europe when he can't sleep. And you see there's a knife. That happens. There's a mask. That also happens. It's called Night Fever. I don't know if it's probably been cut off this whole time. But it's great. Brubaker has a way of writing that seems like he's pulling directly out of my brain. And I think I first noticed, I've been a fan of his for a long time. But I think I first noticed on Kill or Be Killed. Again, I'm looking off camera at my shelf over there. But Kill or Be Killed, I think, is one of my favorites. It's just so incredibly well written. All of the text boxes, the stuff that's going on in the character's brain, it feels real. And this starts in a way where it felt like I was missing a page. I'm going to talk about another book in a couple of minutes where I'm like, are these pages sticking together? Because it feels like I'm missing something. This starts right here on the second day. Those are the first words. I'm like, what? It makes sense once you continue reading, but you can see here, traveling. This is the main guy on his way to Europe. All of these text boxes. This makes sense in context. He just has a way of writing that feels very real, and I love it. But this is... it's just incredibly good. Highly recommended. This video... I'm struggling to fill 5 minutes. I have I think Dan, one of my early videos, it was for Hellboy, Young Hellboy: The Hidden Land. I think that video was like 4 minutes long, and Dan made a comment to me privately about not being able to talk more about Hellboy. And I'm like, yeah, but it's just really good, and that's all I want to say about it. So, I've had a rule ever since that if I can't talk for 5 minutes, then it's not going to be a video, and I'm struggling to reach that mark here. I will show more of the art. I flipped through a tiny bit. If you are at all unfamiliar, let me just look at this sequence. And then into his mouth. It's phenomenal. Oh, look at that. There's a knife. There is, at the back here, this afterword, which I also recommend reading. It sort of explains some of what went into this. It's also talked about their next book. It's coming out in December. I don't know if we know anything about that yet. Is it reckless? I don't know. Anyway, it's really good. It does talk about the setting is a request from Phillips to Brubaker about setting something in Europe rather than LA, and I think that's nice. He does an incredible job of showing off. Well, that's a hotel room. Let's get outside. Just the streets, the bridges. Everything looks fantastic. I can't say enough good things. Oops. I forgot there's boobs. There's also a car chase. It's really good. It's really good. I hope to buy it. It's fantastic, and I don't want to tell you anything else.